Legends and folklore can be found in nearly every town in Missouri. They are passed down from generation to generation, and evenings spent exploring paranormal locations are common for those with an interest in the supernatural. If you're looking for interesting places to visit in Missouri, be sure to check out haunted places there. They will definitely give you chills. Visit these terrifying paranormal locations to experience the supernatural parts of central Missouri, from the spooky state penitentiary to the Lemp Mansion. These spooky locations are sure to spark intrigue and maybe even scare you. These locations are known for their strange phenomena and spooky stories. Whether you're looking to scare yourself silly or just have a good time getting scared, these spots are definitely worth a visit. Welcome back to our channel, where we talk about exciting facts and figures of unique properties all over the world. Today we're going to tell you about the most haunted Vaile Mansion, so stick to this video's end to avoid missing anything. Colonel Harvey Merrick Vaile was born in 1831 in Bennington, Vermont. After building his fortune carefully for years as a lawyer, journalist, and businessman, he built a mansion on a hill overlooking which was named the Vaile Mansion. The mansion quickly became known for its spooky reputation, with reports of ghost sightings and apparitions dating back to the early days of the house. The Vaile Mansion is a historic and haunted home located in the town of Mussoorie. The home was built in the mid-1800s and is considered to be one of the most beautiful homes in the area. The mansion has been used for many purposes over the years, including a school, a hospital, and a residence. Today it is open to visitors who want to see its beautiful architecture and explore its many secrets. The impressive mansion is an example of the opulent architectural style of the Second Empire. As with some of the other elaborate houses in Independence, it is now a museum house that is open for tours. The Harvey M. Vaile Mansion was built for a wealthy businessman, Colonel Harvey Vaile, and his wife Sophia. Vaile, born in Vermont in 1831, graduated with a law degree from the University of Louisville, and like so many adventurers of the day, headed west to seek his fortune. The captions for the Vaile Mansion stem from the original owner, Colonel Harvey Vaile, whose wife allegedly overdosed on morphine after the colonel was charged with mail fraud and sent to Washington, D.C. to stand trial. It was later discovered that Mr. Vaile was innocent after he returned from the court. He found his wife dead. Her spirit, however, is believed to linger in the mansion. After Mr. Vaile's death in 1894, the mansion was turned into an inn for a time. It also served as a private asylum, a mineral water company, and a rest home for the elderly. There are reports of the occurrences of paranormal activity, including sightings of an apparition in the yard, footprints of someone sitting on freshly made beds when no one has been around, and lingering negative energy. Let's listen to the whole story. The construction of this estate began in 1871 and took a decade to complete. The property originally encompassed some 630 acres, which included a vineyard and apple orchard. There was a wine processing plant on the property, as well as an extensive wine cellar. Today the site sits on a 5.6-acre lot. Its total construction cost was approximately $150,000, equivalent to approximately $3 to $4 million today. It was designed by Kansas City architect Asa Bibi Cross, inspired by a building in Normandy, France. It is a 2.5-story block with a 3-story central tower built primarily of red brick. There are also limestone moldings, bracketed cornices, and slate shingles to adorn its most famous feature, the mansard roofs. It contains 31 rooms with 14-foot ceilings. The original furnishings were auctioned off after the house was sold, but the interiors still feature original paintings, marble fireplaces, and 2 of the 3 chandeliers. The chandeliers were originally produced for the White House, but Vaile was able to purchase them because they were slightly flawed. The house also features some state-of-the-art amenities such as speaking tubes, a kind of rudimentary intercom system popular in 19th century homes, indoor hot and cold water, and flush toilets. It was reportedly the first house in Jackson County to offer interior plumbing. The property was described by a Kansas City Times reporter in 1882 as the most princely house in all the West. However, life in the mansion was not always great. Ultimately, Vaile was charged with defrauding the government over an investment scandal. He had faced 2 trials, and although he was found not guilty, he had spent more than $100,000 in legal fees. Unfortunately, his troubles continued as his wife fell ill, and he was later found dead in the house in 1883. Vaile continued to live in his mansion until his death in 1895. The ownership of his mansion was highly controversial. The house was eventually sold and converted to a sanatorium in 1908, then became a nursing home, then a business, a spring water bottling company. The mansion had fallen into disrepair for decades but was eventually purchased by Roger and Mary Mildred DeWitt, who carried out extensive repairs and renovations. In 1983, the DeWitts donated the house to the city, and it underwent an even more significant renovation project. It is now a house museum operated by the Vaile Victorian Society, a non-profit organization established in 1983. Apex Paranormal, a local paranormal investigation group, has investigated Vaile Mansion many times and looks into it in great depth. The team has determined that at least 3 people died on the property as a result of a lobotomy during that time as a sanatorium, when patients with the most severe illnesses were housed on the 3rd floor. Want to know the horror stories that happened there? Apex Paranormal investigator and research specialist Shannon Johnson, during the first walkthrough in the infamous mansion, encountered a spirit in Sophia's bedroom. A frequently used device for implementing paranormal investigations was used, which is known as a spirit box. It broadcasts radio waves and is said to gain access to the other world of spirits. Johnson and the volunteer attempted to conduct an investigation with Sophia's spirit to see whether her spirit was in the house. Johnson says that they heard a yes sound from a woman. They asked whether or not she was drugged intentionally or unintentionally, and the yes response came from the same unidentified individual, which meant it was unintentional. Johnson also recalls a past reminiscence in Sophia's room of the sound of children's laughter radiating through the spirit box. Heard about the basement patient story? The Apex Paranormal Group has researched and recorded many ghost sightings across the Midwest, but Butch Holes is the only local where he was able to see a supernatural full figure. He and another researcher had been investigating the basement, moving from one location to another, where they began to detect a change in the sensation, accompanied by a perception of trespass. They looked down and saw a young man, from the waist up, emerging from the hallway. The man looked like a tall rock, rocking to and fro with his joints flexed. Since that, many other basement guests have proclaimed recent reports of a similar sight in identical locations, where numerous individuals stated seeing a guy with a puffed-out chest raising his arm and heading from the wall. Bushholes imagined this ghost may be one of the former residents of the sanitarium. As the story goes, that once the basement had shackles and human-sized cages to hold the more traumatic patients. Next one is the shadow staircase. Harvey Vale's smoking room is another location to experience activity from the paranormal realm. Bushholes recounts several sightings that he was seated on the 2nd floor of the theater, facing the staircase, and witnessed a shadow walk down from the 3rd floor and then disappeared up the steps. Today, visitors can explore the sprawling property and see evidence of past hauntings in rooms like the library and ballroom. Whether you're looking to experience some eerie fun or just want to learn more about one of the most historic homes, visit the Vaile Mansion today. Vaile Mansion is known for its spooky history and haunted attractions. Some say that the spirits of the deceased still haunt the halls of Vaile Mansion. If you're brave enough to visit, be sure to bring a flashlight and plenty of snacks. Let us know what your favorite part about the video in the comments is. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for further amazing property videos. See you in the next one!